Hey you guys, how you doing? This is Bobby and Joey. Welcome to Wild Raven Tarot. I am the Wild Raven part, and Joey is my guest for today. She is the Veiled Cottage Witch. So, hey Rebecca Joe, how you doing today? Um, Joey's gonna explain what's happening for today, and I'm gonna go grab the power cord that I forgot. All right.
We just suck all the energy out. It's fine. So today we are going to talk about Cernunnos. And if you don't know who that is, he doesn't have very many books written about him. So it's kind of all like you have to kind of hear it through the grapevine kind of thing. A lot of people refer to him as the horned god. He's actually an antlered god, so tomato on that.
She got me that way too.
This is him. Yeah, and I've been following Cernunnos for about as long as I've been an herbalist, which is about 6 years now. So I wanted to start this wonderful session with an invocation. So if we're all cool with that, I'd like to call him into this little sesh we're having, if that's okay.
And for those who don't know, Joey and I are in the same coven. She is our high priestess. Yeah.
That'd be me.
So I'm used to seeing her do the invocation.
Yes, my lady. All right. I sing this prayer to the old one, to the lord of the hunt, to the wild, dancing, mischievous masculine, to he who is born in the winter and dies with the leaves, to the soul guide and pathfinder Cernunnos, lead my arrow true. Fill me with virility that I might stand strong and proud, travel far and sleep well, ride hard, sing loud, and drink deep from all that is set before me. Hail and welcome, mighty Cernunnos.
Hail and welcome.
If you got all of that, that is him in a nutshell. He's the wild parts of us.
We're
He's
getting
definitely the
joined by
wild.
everybody all at once.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Selena is here. What up, girl? Yeah. We had to move everything by a half hour. At the same time Joey got here, my nurse got here.
We had to make sure that Bobby was good and well. So yeah.
Yeah, so
we want that.
We went ahead and rescheduled it. Gosh, everybody's popping.
Hi, KL. Hi, Selena.
Swampy.
Maru. Swampy.
Swampy. Is that you, Sherry? Is that Sherry Swampy or another Swampy? Because Sherry voices from the swamp.
I
didn't know if that was her or not. But Patsy Q and people are going to be trickling in. So what is today's show? Joey just told you I have been doing the epithets segment of my channel for a little bit now.
I love it. I learned so much.
It's a great show because we break down the gods, who they are scientifically and historically, if we can, and who they are. As you said, she's got this much hard fact and then this much conjecture.
Not a lot. He is a deity without a story, so I can't reiterate a story. I always love to tell stories. I'm British and Celtic, so we love to tell stories. But I don't have a story for him. And it makes me sad because I dug a lot.
And for those who don't know how Joey researches something, the Tasmanian devil comes to mind with her grabbing books. Yeah. So how did you first come across Cernunnos on a personal level?
I went to a pagan circle back in Missouri. Um, hidden in the sticks in Missouri, and they called
So I can read.
Cernunnos, and I was like, "Who is that?" And I looked, and I found him mentioned in a lot of beginner witchcraft books. But you look in the bibliographies, at least I do, and look in the bibliographies, like where did he come from, and you see him mentioned in a couple places, in a couple different books, and I would go to those books, and it would always be like just this little short couple paragraphs, and you always hear about him mentioned, the god of the wild hunt. And so, you follow that thread, and then you get into fairy lore and stuff, and you're like, oh, and you're like, okay, I don't know if I'm going to read that. Or you get into the horned god group. And I got way into the horned god group, and I read this book, Horned God of the Witches by Jason Mankey. And he goes into so many different horned gods. So many different horned gods. I mean, we talk about Pan of the Greek pantheon. And that is a totally different horned god than Cernunnos. And so, basically, what I'm telling you is you will go and find a dead end. No matter where you go, they always try to deter you. Oh, he's not here. He's this way. This is the way you want to go. And it wasn't till this book came out I'm trying to find a date, 2023, that the actual book of Cernunnos came out. And I was so excited when I got this for Christmas from my wife. And then I look at it, and there's still no definite stories. So here's my gathering from what I learned, to put it together, to summarize before we unpack, is Cernunnos is not a god of nature. He is nature. So try to research how old a forest is. Then you're going to find Cernunnos.
That's why when I was putting the show together, I named it the God of the Wild.
Yeah.
Instead of the God of Nature. I mean, he has several names, but
Right.
that's how I first met him, the untamed one.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
is everything wild. He is what you see out of the corner of your eye when you're walking through the forest. He's
the instinct that binds all of the
Yes.
animals together, that natural.
He's not equivalent of Pan. He's not equivalent of Hern the Hunter. He's like, if you were to draw a picture of the nature of nature. So that's why he doesn't really fall in with Pan or Hern the Hunter or anything like that, because he really doesn't have a story. So he can't really be smacked onto any mythology, which I find is so awesome and also so fucking frustrating, especially when you're trying to look up the lore. So you have to go by what I found, which was the artwork. Not that excited, but if you look at the artwork, you're going to find the story.
She's so smart.
So yeah, basically, yeah.
She's like,
you have to look at
yeah,
what
you
he
have
represents.
to look, or basically, yeah, you're really smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am smart about certain things. Like, I know how to do a research paper. I got really good at doing a research paper. So that's how I do everything. That's how I do my magical plant series. That's how I do my 1 card and 4 decks. I treat life like a research paper.
I should let you know.
Unclassifiable. Yeah, he really is.
We've got a little bit of a storm going outside.
It's
and
awesome.
It was
It's wildness.
flickering. Yeah. So that was a good sign for the show.
Yes.
But it's also unpredictableness. So
yeah,
if you lose us, know that we'll be back. It's
Yeah.
just a blip.
Right. Absolutely. So basically there are like 3 pictures of art that we have to look at. So these are where I sent you pictures. Can we put them up?
Yeah.
So the most famous is the Gundestrup cauldron.
You might have to stall for a minute while I find it.
Okay.
Joey and Bobby.
So this was like unearthed, like in a peat bog in Denmark. And it was created in southeastern Europe, most likely like where we would call Bulgaria or Romania. And it's just like a panel of this Guldestrom cauldron. And it's where we get the most famous image of Cernunnos that we have.
Where are they?
I sent them to y'all.
I know, I loaded them, but I've got a bunch of different studios back here. I will find them.
I can also show them, so that's okay if we do that. As soon as I find them.
Yeah, I should have done this, but I told you we got a little bit taken out of order tonight, and things kind of got lost in the shuffle, which is nothing new for us.
That's okay. But when you see pictures of Cernunnos, if you look them up, this is what you're going to see. Always what you see. I
need to lift my glasses. Hold on.
You're okay. I know that there's a picture of this, but I know I'm probably slipping right by it.
I swear I loaded these pictures. I could do it real quick.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do. Ain't no thing.
All right. I'm just really bothered that I had this.
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't go away, guys.
So, thrill us with tales.
With tales.
I
have no tales. So, while he gets that image, it's the image on the cauldron is Cernunnos surrounded by a menagerie of animals. So you have, basically, it's what's on here. This is exactly what is on the cauldron. So you have the stag, the most famous, because he's got the antlers. So the stag is the most famous. And then you've got around this arm, you have the ram-headed serpent, which is my favorite because I love the snake with a ram's head. And then you have his 2 hounds. And then you have like what is like they say is a bull. And then back in the background is a man riding a dolphin. So all kinds of animals are surrounded by him. He's wearing a torque. He has them in his hands, which he has there, or he's wearing it around his neck. And here he's always wearing that. And he's always sitting down. So that's what I like, that he's one of the only gods that is shown sitting down. And the reason for that is just as like how you would see Buddha always sitting down. So it's spiritual, it's meditative. Um,
I never thought of
love
that.
that. Yeah. He's always sitting down because he's meditating. So that's kind of how you know it's Cernunnos as opposed to other horn gods, because most of the time they're not sitting down. That's what's a little bit different. Um, so if we break down those animals,
Hold on, stop talking for a second.
okay. Dr. Pepper time.
Okay. No.
That's okay. I forgot about.
All right, we're good. Go for it.
Okay, and behind the dogs are also two cats. So he's got dogs, cats, a bull, the dolphin. Just so many animals.
Wait, a dolphin.
Yeah, a man riding a dolphin. Now the reason for the man riding the dolphin. You don't have me anymore. That's okay. The reason why the man is wearing the dolphin is symbolic of the trip to the Celtic underworld. Water was the way to reach the Celtic underworld. So he's going on a little trip to the underworld to bring back wisdom. Or the other world, excuse me, other world.
Right.
Now, the bull is representative of wealth, as they traded, Celtic people traded cattle like it was money. Now, the ram-headed serpent is one of the most defining characteristics. He will be sitting and he'll have the ram-headed serpent. Serpents were positive and represented abundance and fertility to the Celts. And they also believed that snakes guarded treasure. So that associated him with wealth, and the torques that he wore was also like wealth and nobility. The rams were sacrificial animals, representing the hunt. So he was also a god of the hunt.
I don't know why I can't find those pictures, Joey.
I have them.
Everybody, pause.
Everybody pause. Stop.
Pause for fart.
Oh my God. I don't want this picture. That one's not good. This one is great.
So, oh, look, there they are.
I told you I sent them to you, silly. I did my job.
Yeah. Joey, tell us about your products while I do this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, if you have a deity that you really feel close to, call me up or send me an email or send me a message on my website, and I will make you your own deity oil. I will ask you a couple of questions, and if you agree, then I am going to make you your own deity anointing oil. And these oils will be $13 each, and free shipping if you know the code. And yeah, and the code is you have to watch my YouTube channel to get the code, but I'll give it to you now. It is all caps veiled. Will get you free shipping on those deities. If you have more than one, then you still get that. So yeah, as many requests as you want, and I will make them personally for you. So there you go. All of them are made by hand by me, and all natural ingredients and no pesticides or herbicides in any of my herbs. I'm kind of a snob that way.
Yeah, she is.
So, yeah, let me know if you want something personally made for you, and I'll be happy to do that. Yeah.
Should be loading them right now.
Yay, loading them. There they are.
What I'm going to do is give you the mouse
Okay.
so you can navigate the ship here, okay?
Okay. So this is the one on the Goldestrom cauldron. Oh, lost me. Then I can just click on it.
Mm-hmm. See, it's not easy, is it?
Yay, there it is. See all of these dogs, and there's the cow and the deer. There's the snake with the ram's head, and we're missing the dolphin, but that's okay. This is pretty close to what is on the
Yeah.
This is exactly the Goldestrom. This is what's on the Goldestrom cauldron. Gundestrup
Gerald
cauldron.
joined the chat.
So when you really break this down, these are all his animals that are surrounding him. You better turn your volume down because I'm hearing echoing.
Sorry.
All right. So yep, here's all of his animals, and there's that.
Okay.
So now the Reams Stella. Is this it?
Let's find out. Click
Yep,
on it.
that's it. Now the Reams Stella. Let's talk about this. This might have even been older. So it's one of the most unique pictures because this is kind of breaking norms here, because this is showing the pantheon, a Celtic pantheon mixed with the Roman pantheon.
So would this be where Pan and no?
So this is the pillar of the boatman. This might be 50 to 100 years younger than the Godestrom cauldron. This is the Reams Stella. Now, we see Cernunnos with antlers. Now,
hold on. I took you out so I could see what the chat was saying. There we go.
Do you want to tell me what the chat is saying?
No.
I can answer questions.
Okay, let's pause for questions.
Before we go to the Reams Stella, before we talk about that.
Let's take a look at what the chat has to say. Okay, Gerald joined the chat. Spiritual alchemy and that's Julie. Hey, Julie.
Hi.
Yes.
Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie.
Okay. It doesn't look like there's any questions. Everybody's with you so far.
Father Nature. Yes. Baby Natures. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, I love you that you worked with Caradwin. I tried to work with Caradwin. We just couldn't. I just couldn't connect. So yeah. The torque he holds also important. I can't remember why. Torque is a symbol of wealth and nobility. Yeah. So those pictures where
media assets.
You are really gonna have to help me here, Bobby.
I got you. I got you, boy.
This one. Okay.
Just slide down with the rolly thing.
Oh, got it.
And it will move.
All right. So he has his antlers and his sitting posture, his bull and his stag right down there at the bottom, and he's sitting. The most obvious difference here is that Cernunnos is flanked by two gods, Apollo on his right and Mercury on his left. So these are Greek, not Roman. I misspoke. So Apollo on his right and Mercury to his left.
I had yeah.
So, if Cernunnos is connected with death, which he is because nature is, the recycling of life, death, and rebirth, then it's right for him to be with Mercury. It's appropriate that he would be with Mercury, right? Because Mercury is also life and death.
Psychopomp.
Yep. And
Hermes.
He's also a god of commerce and money. Am I right?
Yes.
So that would make sense. Now, Apollo's appearance here next to Cernunnos would be like of the natural world, since he's a god of the sun. That makes sense.
Hermes is a god of natural
sexual.
I know, but Hermes is a god of natural sexual impulse and desire, of the act of sex. And Apollo is a god of sun and nature and sensuality.
Yeah. I'm going to get to the sex part. I know y'all waiting for it. I'm going to get to it.
Always.
I'm going to get to it. Did they actually call it Cernunnos? Yeah, it's actually referred to as Cernunnos. So instead of him carrying a serpent or a torque, he is, though, wearing a torque around his throat. He has a large sack of coins in his lap. Now, they might be coins. If they are coins, then that means he's a god of commerce and money. And it could be referring to needing, to pay the toll to get through to the other world. Or it could be some kind of cornucopia, like he's carrying wheat or some other kind of grain.
A bounty of some form.
Right. Either way, that puts him like in domestication of animals kind of realm. So we know that. Now we also know of the this thing. We also know this guy. Now this, I forget what it was called.
It looks like a Hermea. A boundary marker.
Yeah, we see what might be referred to as Cernunnos with the animals, but we're just kind of guessing at that. There's not really. This was found in the Cathedral of Notre Dame. This is the pillar of the boatman.
That's a cool name in itself. Yeah. That is badass. That's what we used to call metal, man.
Now, this shows some Gaulish Celtic. Jupiter and Vulcan are here amongst Cernunnos. So you can see him there, but you kind of have to squint. So as you can see, there's not a lot of clothes. There's here a cool picture of the Cultishram.
Debbie's saying
yeah.
She was trained as Celtic Wicca when she first started. I think that's our gateway drug.
Right.
Celtic Wicca tends to be.
I wasn't. I was Greek to begin with. But this is the picture, and then here is Cernunnos on the inside of it. I think this is the coolest depiction of Cernunnos. I think it's the coolest. The Gundestrup cauldron, the inside is the coolest. But how do I take this off and just be
us? Double click on it again.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Hold on. Ugh. Put the weed down, Bobby. Put the weed down. There we go.
Okay, so this is what we know. We know that he's a god of animals. We know he's a god of the underworld and of commerce. From that, now we've got to dig into what people, you look like, I look beautiful. What? You're the fourth person that told me that. I'm going to wear pink and purple all the time now. All the time. All the time. Now, because he is a god of death and the underworld, we have to acknowledge the other part of death is sex. So, yes, he is a god of sex. I have it here somewhere. I know I talked about it. I just have to find it.
Sex?
Give me 1 minute. Doesn't talk a lot about it. So let me find it. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Now I don't feel so bad about the pictures.
Oh, no. Where are the other ones?
Media assets right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
what did you
What did I do? See, you can't trust me with anything.
There you go.
Yes, Gerald, that is why I look beautiful, because I smell good too, because I got some of the Libra oil on and I made a little extra and I was like, Mama's gonna need that. Yes. Yes. And I love your answer to that. So because he was antlered.
Yeah, I made the mistake of saying horns to Joey one time, and I got the Judy Outy part too.
Here's why. Horns are there forever. Antlers get shed every year. So birth, death, rebirth kind of thing happens because they shed their antlers.
That's an amazing point.
That is a big difference. Thank you. I'll have you know. Now, because of that, you have the whole Beltane. If you follow the Sabbats, you have Ostara, which Ostara is like pre-Beltane, right? Beltane is the dirty Sabbat. Bow chicka wow wow Sabbat. So Cernunnos is
it's our
rutting.
sacred duty.
He's rutting at that time. So, he needs to release. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else. Ugh. I am not a sexual person. So he's rutting at that time. And so as the consort of the goddess, they come out and they do the rutting thing. And then later he loses his antlers and then dies.
I thought you were going to say virginity.
He loses his antlers and then he dies and then he gets his antlers and then he ruts and then they do the thing and over and over and over again.
Jonathan says also Apollo and Cernunnos are gods of the hunt and share the title of father of animals.
I didn't know that about Apollo. All I knew was
I knew
sun.
that Hermes is the shepherd.
Right. And because Cernunnos is a keeper of the mysteries, Cernunnos is also creation itself. So he's not necessarily a god of doing the deed more than I have to do it because I have to do it.
Yeah, this is going to happen.
It's uncomfortable if I don't.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But
that sounded so wrong.
It's kind of like how cats spray, and you have to get them spayed or neutered. I'm sorry. He doesn't have sex because he wants to. He has sex because he has to. Whereas Pan will just stick it into anything. I'm sorry.
Hermes too.
It's a different kind of, it's not a pleasurable act. It's a dutiful.
Duty. He said duty.
Shut up. I did. But more than sex, Cernunnos is a god of death as well. Because you can't have creation without death. Am I right?
Can I get a amen?
Can I get an amen? He is both hunter and the hunted as well. Think about what we do when we destroy forests. And I think about this when I buy a new book. I'm like, where are you getting the paper from?
I honestly try to get
Used.
no well used, but shared books and digital books. A bit that ways I don't waste the paper.
Right. But sometimes I can't,
Sometimes
I
you
have
need
to hold a book.
and you have to make physical notes, and you
Right.
want to mark it up. So then I need to get those
Right.
type of books. Like I have a Santa Muerte book,
Right.
and I have a couple of Hecate books that have my personal notes in them.
So let's talk about why he's sitting down. First of all, he's sitting down because that's how Buddha was sitting down. And like it's a spiritual meditative thing. But also, when you are sitting down and meditating, don't you bring things to you?
Gerald said it's primal and cannot be denied.
Absolutely.
And Maru said the obligation to continue life.
Absolutely.
I love the way she put that.
Yes, it's an life doesn't continue unless I fulfill my duty. Yeah.
Duty.
I said, God damn it. You are 12 years old. Some days. But yeah, when you're meditating, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm meditating, especially if I'm meditating in a forest and I'm sitting down and all my chakras are open, maybe this is just me, but I feel like there's a big, I feel like almost like a lighthouse, like I'm bringing all the energy toward me somehow. And I feel like that's what Cernunnos does. He brings the most beautiful tree in the forest feels like Cernunnos to me. Like he's just bringing all of the good energy to him. You can see it happen.
You put yourself on that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like it's the seen and unseen too, because you bring all the physical animals to you, and then you bring all of the unseen things to you.
His instincts are for survival and of his offspring, and it shows. Okay, go for it.
I was looking at the chat too. I liked what Jonathan Daly had to say here.
Selena agrees. I'm a 12-year-old boy.
I love that you had the bucks come to your ritual. That's so cool. That is so cool because that's what kind of energy you raise when you work with him. Absolutely. I love that Cernunnos serves as a god of cycles, impermanence, and turning the wheel of the year. Rutting and dying, like we were just talking about. And there's a nice little chant that goes with it. It's hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. And I love that because when you think about that, it's like around and around and around. And we always think about cycles as moons, but we don't think about cycles as nature. And that's what Cernunnos represents.
So we don't
I
talk
love
about
that.
we talk about cycles in moons, but we don't talk about cycles in mans.
Right. Absolutely.
That's a clever wordplay, right?
Menses.
Menses.
Yes. So what I love is that a lot of female deities, female moon deities in particular, are all about intuition, and following your higher self. Cernunnos, I think, has intuition with the land, and he's like keeping you grounded and keeping you kind of in tune with your physical self. to whereas like the divine feminine would be the to be the higher self. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like higher self in your divine feminine, and lower self, like your lower chakras with
Your
Cernunnos.
base needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, eat,
Well,
motherfucker.
look at it like
you
you're-
need to
you're-
eat, you need to shower.
Yeah, this is what you need to
Right.
survive.
Right.
You need.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And going up the chakra range, we get into the higher realms with
Right.
spirit. And on the tree of life, it's Yesod is the manifestation,
Right.
the physical, and up top is Keter,
Yes.
the spirit.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I study too.
I know you do. We would not be friends if you didn't. Now, has anybody read William Yeats' poetry? He writes about Cernunnos all the time.
William Butler Yeats?
Yes.
No, I just know the name.
William Butler Yeats, especially his early work, is informed by Celtic myth. He writes about Celtic myth, or wrote about, he is very old, wrote about Celtic myth and mystical connection to the
poem
land.
about the wild hunt or story? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the liminal world of the she. And he wrote about it all the time. He was an early and prominent member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn.
Yeah, they're handing everything,
yes. Man. So if you get a chance to talk
That's
about
that white tarot deck right there, the Golden Dawn tarot.
Yes. So yeah, if you get a chance to look up his poetry, he writes, you can find a lot of Cernunnos sprinkled in there. Definitely. The other stuff that I have for you is all other people's experience. This book was amazing to read, other people's experience. There is a Puritan who wrote a story in here about how she started to work with Cernunnos. And the closer she got to working with Cernunnos, the more she was like, Puritans are just afraid of themselves. Like, yeah. Because they're Puritans. I mean, they're not going to want
their
you.
Base needs.
Yes.
They don't want to live at that end of the spectrum.
Yes.
They want to live at the under. I don't care how much you want to live at the other end. You have to survive at both ends. Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing the titty thing.
Cernunnos is here. Yeah. All animals have teeth. Yes. But yeah, Puritans were trying to suppress all of that. And so, yeah, you can't, yeah, you kind of need to be on one side or the other with that. But yeah, if you can somehow embrace your wildness, it's like Cernunnos is the fuck around and find out God. Really. Yeah. I mean, he's like, I shouldn't. And he's like, but what if you did?
But what if you did? That's very Hermes to me. That's
very similar.
Hermes. I'm gonna hijack the show for a second here again.
You always do. Don't
I always? Well,
act like this is your house or something.
I know, right? Hermes is the natural sexual impulse. He's the deliverer of all things, including the morning dew, which is a whole sex story. And I've totally lost where I was going with this.
The morning dew.
The morning dew, of course. The similarities for me are more with Hermes than with Pan.
Hold my beer, Cernunnos. Yes. Hold my beer.
I see more of the connection between Cernunnos and Hermes than I would with Pan and Cernunnos personally. I know others may feel differently, but
I
it's me.
think you can find similarities among lots of horned gods and lots of masculine gods. You know, he has similarities to Hern the Hunter,
I remember
but
it was
he's
impulse and
not.
instinct. Hermes, the day he was born, followed his instinct and his impulse
Yeah,
and stole the cattle of Apollo. His
right,
impulse and his instinct was to do
right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only big difference between Cernunnos and Pan, Cernunnos and Hern the Hunter, Cernunnos and Mercury, and all of those is that Cernunnos is less corporeal. You can't really like mold him and shape him. I have a statue, but like, do I need a statue?
Mm-mm.
No. Um,
That's another thing. Hermes didn't have temples and churches. His worship was everywhere. Hijacking back to you.
right, right, absolutely. Um, you can honor him, and this is something I can very easily talk about. Your offerings to him is you go find a forest, and you go and you turn off your phone. He can't stand it when you are on your phone out in the middle of a forest. He will try everything he can to get you to put down that phone. He will send birds. He will send animals. He will send insects.
To me, that seems intrusive energy into his realm.
Right. He does not want you. Now, he doesn't mind books, like real books, but like the more electronics that you bring in his realm, he hates it.
Wasn't Hermes a god of crossroads? Yes, he was.
There you go. But like
Absolutely. He was a
when
god of
you
crossroads
are,
and boundaries.
Cernunnos wants you to appreciate him. And when you're distracted, you're not doing that. But when you can be, and it doesn't even have to be a forest, when you are outside, look around. That's how you can honor him. Really. That's how you can honor him.
Jonathan.
Now he likes the scent of pine. He likes the scent of cypress. Think tall trees, oak. He loves all of those. Yarrow. He loves yarrow. The wilder you plants you, and you don't have to pick them. You can just smell them, and that's an offering for him. He really doesn't. Anytime you can pick up trash anywhere,
So to take care of
especially,
the
yeah,
nature,
take care of the
the
land.
natural land.
Yeah, that is an offering.
Also, I do this. Um, maybe TMI, but in this context, it's relevant.
Mhm.
Sex can definitely be an offering to Cernunnos, but not just going through the motion that we're talking really feeling it, smelling it,
Yeah,
tasting it.
pleasure and
That's
enjoying it. Yeah, yeah. But like, be nice to the plants around the area. Like, clean up after yourself.
Here's something I wanted to point out.
Yeah, you could throw a picture up there. I've got other pictures, sure.
This picture right here.
Hmm.
You were talking about Cernunnos, Apollo, and Hermes. If you look at it in one sense, Cernunnos is the base natural impulse. Apollo is the higher natural order, and Hermes is the go-between.
Hmm.
That question is going to bother me. I wish you hadn't shown me that panel right there.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah.
going to be wondering about it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's not really any lore, there's not really any stories. So this book here, I'm going to show it off again. is great to read to get other people's experiences with him. You know, I enjoyed reading it, and I enjoyed, you know, hearing other people's experiences with him, because it's like, somebody help me here. I need some kind of, when you go to get facts and you're like, all I get, the first page is the lore, the God that has no lore. And I'm like, oh, that's
Well,
right.
that's not going to be useful. Yeah, I guess this is like an Olivia Newton-John type of thing, in the sense that you've got to feel your way.
Yep. Yeah,
You better shape up.
he's just kind of the God that you have to go and experience for yourself. If you've ever been out into nature and felt like you weren't alone, you've probably been around Cernunnos. You know,
Cernunnos
definitely.
will force you to pay attention to what he wants you to notice. What happens when we ignore our base needs? Chaos until the itch is scratched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about those antlers coming in, and it's probably a lot like teething. You know, you're just like have to bite down on something. It's
I
probably
feel
what
the
those
need
antlers
to
feel like
say
coming in.
also, this is not leave for
Thank
men to
you.
go out and force
Thank you,
themselves
Bridget.
on women, or women to force themselves on men or each other. This is
Thank you for
saying
saying
take
that.
notice of your natural needs, and honor them. But when when we're using the R word, and men are forcing themselves, that is not falling under the
No.
realm of Cernunnos. No.
Yeah. I want to tell a story about my son, my oldest son, who I feel like Cernunnos was around him. He came in crying from being outside, like bawling. And I don't know if you've been around a child coming in as distraught as this. And he was so upset because they were trimming trees,
That's cool.
and they were putting trees in the wood chipper. And he came in, like his face was like completely like caked with tears. Like he'd been crying for a while, trying to get over it, but he couldn't. And he came in the house and he was like, "What are they killing all the trees?" And he was just physically upset. I don't know if you've ever seen a child, a
I've been
young
that
child that is just emotionally distraught.
Well, if
And
you look at it from one sense, those are
what did they ever
there's
do
a
to you?
spirit in every tree, I believe. So that's a dryad going into the wood chipper.
Right. This is a really awesome picture.
What you got? Yes.
Look at the moss that's coming up around his antlers. Like, yeah, he's been sitting there a while.
I was gonna say that's and I like this picture because of the light coming down.
Yes.
That's divine light to me.
Yeah. That's beautiful. You want to see that one?
I want to see all of them. You made me load these fuckers.
I know.
So what
There's
am I
that
looking
huge
at?
torque right there.
Oh, in his hand? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sci-fi book called The Man with the Golden Torque.
Ooh.
That was a really good book.
Interesting.
Simon R. Green.
Oh, that one's awesome. I like that one too.
That one is probably
a
my
bird.
favorite. It just looks sexy.
And
if
he's like,
you've
"Come and
never
get it, Daddy."
If you've never had the fantasy of sleeping with one of the wild gods, then you're not a true witch. Okay, there's that one.
That one's cool.
That one looks like it's straight out of the Darkwood Tarot.
Yeah. Yeah. I get excited anytime I see anything antlered man. I'm like, that's Cernunnos.
See, that's a nice picture, but it's too manscaped for me.
Yeah. It's a little much.
I need my wild gods a little wilder, a little hairier.
I like that first one in the sun that we looked at.
Yeah.
He was cool. Yeah.
What am I doing? Okay, there's the cauldron.
Hmm.
There's the thingy dingy.
The pillar of
It
the
really
boatman.
does look like a Hermea. And then that one.
Yeah, that's a close one of the Gundestrup cauldron.
There we go.
Yeah, Maru. Yes, he really is. And the stuff that we're not allowed to reach until we were to have that amount of respect. Like, yeah, like normal people, muggles, are not going to see it.
She said muggles.
They're not going to see it. They're not going to see it because they don't have the respect.
You're the high priestess of a coven and you call them
I
muggles.
sure did. Hashtag no regrets.
Hashtag no regrets.
I just can't with
Mm-mm.
like you see people who pay for these really expensive excursions. These people right here, they pay for these really expensive excursions and then have their face in their phone the entire time. Like, are you
Right.
serious? Are you serious?
I
You
have a
paid this
problem
money
with
to be
that.
out in nature. Be out in nature.
I understand the need to go out in nature and want to see nature and go on safari. I
Yeah.
understand that. I don't like it. I think we have no business being there, maybe to study and learn. But I've got a real thing against poachers.
And so does Cernunnos.
I just,
Do you know how bad things happen to bad people out in nature?
yeah.
Who do you think's causing that?
The thought of somebody going out there and killing a shark for their fins and then throwing them back in the water for them to die like that, that just breaks my soul. You know, it does.
Well, I mean, I think they're going to get, I love this word, they're going to get their comeuppance. And when they do, it's so satisfying. And we don't always get to see it, but we just have to know it's going to happen.
If I were one to act against another's desires, Cernunnos would be furious.
I don't know. I mean, Cernunnos
That context
being,
comes into play.
Yeah, context.
Context comes into play. Any gods, yeah. Approach
Cernunnos
any
being
gods.
a god of the wild, I feel like he'd find a workaround. Like, I feel like we'll figure that out. Like,
I can't take cruelty to animals. I just
No.
can't. Between Hecate and Hermes, and
I
my
feel like
upbringing,
if he witnessed cruelty to animals, I think he would find a way to be cruel back.
that's the natural world, tit for tat.
Exactly. Hoof
Speaking
and
of a
horn,
titty cat,
hoof and horn, all that die shall be reborn. And I think it works the other way too. Just say it.
I think about sometimes, was I ever an ancient amoeba or something? Because of the whole rebirth cycle thing. How far back does it go? You know, were we amoeba spirits at one point? I don't know. I think of weird shit.
What was he saying? There's a reference to taking another person against their will. Right. Yes. Absolutely should not be doing that. Absolutely.
People shouldn't be cruel to each other. Don't be fucktwats. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, my message the other day was like, I was wearing the Be Kind shirt, and I got the message of kindness, and I was like, yeah, read my shirt.
I'm looking for a new tagline. I think I use that for a while. Don't be a fucktwat.
Well, this one was like, just don't be a dick.
Just don't
Just
be a
don't
dick.
be a dick.
And remember, don't be a dick. I like that one.
Don't
Let's
be a
go
dick.
with that
How about
one.
just don't be a dick today?
Right.
How about just don't be a dick? And I
So,
think that animals, and people have to realize that animals, like in Cernunnos' eyes, and really it should be in everybody's eyes, are not being mean. There's no mean animals. They're not being mean on
yeah, they're not
purpose.
malicious.
They're not malicious. There are no malicious animals.
Grackles, those little black birds, they're bully birds. They're known for being
But
bullies.
that's in their nature.
Their nature, yeah.
Yeah. They are always feeding off our energy. So if our energy is kind and sweet, they're going to pick up on that. But if we go in like a bully,
I'm
they're going to match
kind.
our energy.
I'm
too.
kind. I'm kind and sweet. I'm pure as the driven
Damn it.
snail.
Right? Because I am. Don't you say any different.
So, what would you say to somebody who is thinking they're being called by Cernunnos or has leanings in that direction? Where would you suggest they
Get this book and then go into the woods and read it.
I know.
No, really, there's a really good meditation in here. There's a good ritual in here. There's invocations in here. But I would recommend really just going and listening. Call out and listen. Be patient.
I've been meaning to say this on broadcasts for a while now, and I always forget. Each of us has our own individual path. We can all believe in the same direction, but we're all walking individual paths. They may run concurrent with somebody like me and Joey, but we're all on individual paths.
For sure.
Where I'm going with that is the relationship we each have with the divine is tailored for our path.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I view Cernunnos is not necessarily going to be the way Joey does or Gerald does,
Nor should
or
it be.
Rebecca Joe. It shouldn't be that way. We should all at all times strive to know the divine in our own way. You can take historical and traditional aspects and values into account, of course, like,
Right.
but
Well, that's when I
understand them
knew.
yourself.
That's when I knew it. I had to forge my own relationship and my own opinion, and give it to you guys, because
I
there's
know.
there's no
Yeah.
facts I can give you guys.
I know a lot of people, when they say, I want to start working with this God, what would you suggest? What they want me to do is tell them rituals and formulas, how to set up this, how to set up that. They want that kind of structure within that belief system. And certain systems, you just can't do that.
Sometimes
It's
there
very
are no
natural.
cheat codes.
Yeah, there are no cheat codes. You're going to have to get to know that God
Yeah.
and get to know them all on your own.
Just
and
be
that
open
starts
and
with
listen.
saying, hi, my name's Bobby. Well, don't say that. They won't know who the hell you're talking about. But my name is Bobby, and I'd like to know you better.
Yeah.
And
just be open and listen.
Start paying attention to the world around you. You can read all the books you want and get all the backstory and history and preparation. But that's like the warrior who got promoted incredibly fast and didn't learn how to be a warrior, didn't really learn how to be in control, and it didn't go well in battle. Okay? You need to experience things for yourself. You need to learn things for yourself. All deities want their own relationship with us as much as we want to have a relationship with them. It's very personal and powerful. Absolutely, Gerald.
if you guys read tarot or oracle, get a tarot or an oracle that feels like them. Like this feels like a Cernunnos deck, or this feels like a Hecate deck, or Hermes deck, or an Apollo deck, or whatever the deity you're working with, and use that deck to help you communicate with them. And if you're open to that, that's a wonderful way to open that bridge of communication. A pendulum, absolutely.
This is an
Absolutely.
instinctual god. This is definitely not a god that has rituals set up in their name. This is not a god that does that. This is a god that says, "Get your ass out in nature and feel me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think I'll tell you what. A Christmas Carol is one of my favorite stories in the whole wide world.
I love that one
part
too.
where the spirit of Christmas present is there. It says, "Come in and know me better, man." I love that. I just love that part.
Yeah.
That's what the gods are. Come in and know me better, man. Or woman.
Absolutely. It will change. It will change. Most definitely will change. I've worked with a deck and I was like, oh, this is a Bridget deck. And I was working with it, and then they've changed their mind and they're like, oh no, this is the deck now. Yeah, absolutely. Especially as the relationship progresses. Because I don't know about you guys, but every time I work with a deity, or I find a deity wants to work with me, it unlocks a part of me. Oh, I didn't know that about myself.
That's what Gerald just said about decks evolving. That people evolve.
Yeah. And your taste is going to evolve, and then the deity that you work with is going to evolve right with you. I'm like, okay, well, let's go.
I love that, Gerald. A Christmas Carol. And all right, I had to think about it. But
my favorite version. Are we going to say it? Go ahead.
You say it.
My favorite version of A Christmas Carol is Scrooged.
Oh no!
With Bill Murray.
No. That's a great one, and I love.
I have to watch it every year.
Carol Kane and that with the toaster. But
she's so great.
She's hilarious. My favorite Christmas Carol is probably the classic Alistair Sims. Yeah, I'm old school.
Yeah.
What did I put, Bobby? A Christmas Carol? Yes, that's because you have taste, Gerald. So, what if somebody cannot get out into nature? What if you are a city dweller?
You can go in anywhere in your mind.
Oh my gosh. If you're wondering why I'm sniffling, I have thrush right now, a really bad case. You've
been a sick boy.
I have no immune system. So
I like the Muppets version too.
Okay,
so
that's
only
the little
one more
dude.
day till Christmas. Yes.
I had a piece of pizza earlier, and right now, because of the thrush, it was like eating
I brought
chili
pizza
powders.
He can't even eat. I feel bad.
I've had the runs ever since I had a pizza.
But there's a wonderful meditation in here, and there's wonderful meditations online. In fact, if you go on YouTube, I don't know if I want to type this in. I'm going to type this in.
Patrick Stewart's version is incredible.
So I'm going to type this in. Steve Nobel. I love him. I do his meditations all the time. Steve Nobel has a wild God transmission. I did it this morning because I had to. Wild God transmission. It's amazing. You get to see the four sides of a wild God. So it's not specific to Cernunnos, but it's really good. But there are tons of meditations, forest meditations, forest music, forest frequencies out there. that you can find, that you can just put your headphones and you're out there.
I
You
like the
know?
over-the-ear headphones for
Mm-hmm.
meditation music because I don't like
Yes.
that feeling of something in my ear. It bothers me when I'm trying to meditate. So yeah, I'll put the over-the-ear on.
Actually, I'll just put the regular link. Why am I being lazy? What am I thinking? Jeez, because I can't access it right now. I will put the link up later, though. But if you just search that, Steve Nobel Wild God Transmission, you'll find it. It's amazing. But yeah, you don't have to actually go out in nature to honor nature. You know, if you can see it inside your mind's eye, you're honoring nature. So
One of the ways to honor Hecate is to go down to the animal shelter and take care of the dogs. So
absolutely. You can do that too. You can, give to an animal shelter. You can volunteer at an animal shelter. You can foster an animal. Any of those things is an amazing thing to do.
yeah, I'm just thinking I could probably do more myself now that you mention it.
We all could, and we're all like that. There's not that many hours in the day for all we want to do. Oh, I like that. Bone conduction. That's interesting.
I use really.
Interesting.
Oh, that's that shit back here. Those headphones that are like
Bye, Bridget. Your order's in the mail, by the way,
by
honey.
anyone. Those are those ones that have the going behind and they connect to the bone back here and you hear it through the bone.
Oh, nice.
Not through the
Okay.
ear. It's weird. I need volume. I used to work in bars.
I'm deaf in one ear, so I'm definitely gonna
Me
need.
too. That's why, because I used to work in bars and dance in front of the speakers and
Same.
pass out in front of the speakers. Whatever. Details.
Whatever. But yeah, just get out in nature as all you can, help animals as all you can. And that's
So we're going to go ahead and give you guys a chance to ask any last questions. If you have questions, put them in capitals. And while you do that, Joey and I are going to talk about the things we got coming up.
Oh yeah.
What do you got coming up?
Thursday.
Thursday,
420.
Oh yeah,
We're doing
God.
you gave me so many ideas. I was overwhelmed for a minute.
I did. Well, I was like, hey, what do you want to do for type of readings this week? And I sent her a list of like 20 different this and that, but it all boils down to the same thing, balance.
I woke up to that whole entire list. I was like,
yeah,
I've not had my shroom coffee yet. Hold on.
What the fuck? She drinks shroom coffee. I love her. She's the most awesome person, but
third day in a row. I'm doing good.
If I'm drinking shroom coffee, I better be seeing colors. That's all I'm saying. So what else you got? Anything after that? What kind of videos you got coming up?
Today I released my Linden magical plant series Linden. Tomorrow is the death card. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is the death card of one card in 4 decks. We talk about the death card. I'm so torn. I can't believe I only get to choose 4 because I want to do part 1 and part 2, but I can't. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to call you and I'd be like, dude, I can't make this decision.
That's what I'm here for, ma'am. That's what I live for.
Oh, you have a new deck that you are doing.
I do. I left it in the other room, but Joey brought me a deck today. I got the Disney Villains deck. And
how could I let you live another day without that deck?
If you guys know what a big kid I am, you know that one of my favorite decks to use
I
for
talked
online
about
readings.
Maru. I was talking about Steve Nobel's.
This is my Marvel deck.
Yes. Steve Nobel's Wild God transmission as one of the, and I'm going to leave that in the description box somewhere. You have a description box, I can leave that in. Yes, I was going to leave that meditation in there so that
Yes, and for 420, I'm going to go back to the description box. Now that you said that, reminded me, I've decided to, every time we do a 420, to do a munchie on there. So I'm going to be giving one of my favorite recipes.
oh, nice.
For those who don't know, I bake muffins. So I like muffins. They're, when I need to put on a lot of weight real fast, that's the best way for me to do it. I do have health issues, and this has been one of those weeks where it's been a little bit of a challenge, but nothing I can't handle. It helped to be out in the sun the other day. I'll tell you, it really did. We did the Bisbee Market. Joey sets up her stuff.
What is Gerald saying about you cannot use a superhero deck?
Yeah.
He's telling you no.
He can try. See, I should invite Bobby to do readings, but he cannot use a superhero. That's just mean.
That's like telling me that
I can do.
I can do a blend, but I can't. I can make a tea, but I can't use lemon balm.
I tell you what I couldn't do a day of reading.
Like I can't use lemon balm. What?
No,
it's so delicious.
No matter what type of reading I do, if I can't use my Santa Muerte deck or my Healing Light deck,
I don't like to be told no either.
I can do a workaround. I was like, fine, I can't do that, but I will like go whoosh, and have 10 other decks in my hand all at once, which is no easy feat because you can't fit 10 decks in your hand.
You have 10 fingers. Why can't you carry?
That's the first thing they teach you when you become a hairstylist. Is we both used to cut hair. How to become polydactyl.
Yeah.
And use all your fingers for different things.
You would think that we wouldn't, but we still have that skill. Like I can still hold a comb and my scissors.
Yeah, and
comb,
scissors,
else.
Weaving comb. Yeah, all kinds of stuff like in your hand.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could still do that.
Yeah, it's cool. Sometimes I feel, I can still do this shit. I can't. No.
Not well.
My haircuts come out like this.
Yeah, me either. I just stopped doing it. I'm like, nope. We learned to say no real quick. No Santa Muerta, no True Black or Healing Light or Super.
Gosh.
Oh, you're breathe. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
I got this. Okay.
You almost gave him a heart attack.
I think I'd have to fall back to the Heaven and Earth deck.
Yeah, Heaven
and Earth and Rider Waite. Yeah.
Yep, that's all you get.
How could you do that to a bitch? No.
How rude. How rude.
No, the Santa Muerte deck I use for ancestor work, and it's becoming one of the only decks that I use. That and Gerald nailed it. Those decks are the ones that I use. He watches my shows and knows.
So what are we gonna do? Inhale and exhale for?
Probably yes.
I like that.
What are you going
to inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit.
And we will be giving you examples on how to inhale and exhale. It's our sacred duty.
You said duty.
Duty. You got me.
It goes around, comes around.
You got me. All right, everybody.
And with that, we will leave you.
Yeah, everybody, I want to thank you all for being here. Love you. I didn't say what I'm doing this Thursday. Selena, we are going to have Wednesday together, and then Selena on Thursday.
You're right.
Yes, we're doing 420 on Wednesday.
420 on Wednesday.
Selena, Behind the Moon Thursday is going to be driving the bus. No, me. I'm driving the bus. I've already got it. My shit prepared. You'll be so impressed, Ramon. I'm going to be talking about two things. Number one, spirit dogs and dogs in folk magic, things like that. I'm also going to be talking about my
so sorry.
belief of what a hound of Hecate is. To be a worshiper of Hecate, there's really nothing called a hound of Hecate. That is not a thing, but I'm making it a thing.
All right.
So
I already thought it was a thing. So
no, it's not. I mean, there are people who do view themselves that way. There are artists and
Oh.
writers and authors who have written about running as hounds of Hecate. Yes, and I will be talking about that. This is very important to me, and I'm going out on a big limb by putting my beliefs out there because I don't expect backlash. I just don't expect a lot of incredible people supporting in the Hecate community. Like I said, these are very personal
don't have
beliefs.
expectations, don't
No.
have disappointment.
Right. This is an example of what I was saying about we all need to walk our own path. So this is the path I see for myself, and I'm sharing it with everybody, which is not something I was ever planning on doing. But I've danced around it, making comments for so long. I might as well just put
You're
it out
walking the
there.
walk. You might as well talk the talk.
Yeah, pretty much. I might as well put it out there.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. All right, everybody. I did the Peter Brady. We love you. We'll see you later on. Oh, and then Friday, I believe I'm reading with Ginger Faye.
Yeah.
Ginger Faye, Tarot and Divine Musings, Friday or Saturday. And we're going to be doing a Tarot Normal, I believe.
Yeah.
You see, I can't make those noises right now. I'm all kinds of infected. All right, you guys. Love you. Love you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Let's see. Hit that button. Hit that.